has been truly an honor and a pleasure to host Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated today at the Montgomery County Council as the official Delta Day. Deltas have been around for quite some time. I'll let my colleague kind of go into more details, but I am also a member of the Divine Nine, so they are my sisters in service. I'm proud to gather with them here today. They are always purposeful, they are always community driven, organized, and I just deeply respect them. And I say thank you to you all for your leadership and your commitment to serve all of our residents here in Montgomery County.
Right. And thank you to my sister in service and Councilmember Evans for joining me to host the 4th annual Delta Days at the County Council. We just had a very enlightening breakfast where we heard about their top 3 priorities, focusing on our senior community, ensuring that our seniors are able to age in place, also focusing on the health and wellness and ensuring education is part of the information that we share with our residents, talking about home ownership and tax credits. And last but certainly not least, we are going to be having a data center meeting here in the community at the County Executives Building at 7 o'clock p.m. So please tune in. It will be live streamed, or you can join us in person to have your voice heard. So thank you so much for sharing your top priorities. I also want to thank the 2 presidents that have joined us here this morning, President Nina Abdul-Wakil of the Montgomery County Alumni Chapter, and President Daphne Page Reeves of the Potomac Valley Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. You may have attended some of the events that this sorority has led across the county, namely the annual World AIDS Day event that happens at the end of the year, the Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service activities, and also the jazz concert or brunch that raises money for scholarships for our deserving and high achieving seniors. So thank you to the Montgomery County Alumni Chapter for their exceptional efforts. You may have also attended other events like the Lobster Bake, which benefits scholarship and public service programs, or the Montgomery County Affordable Housing Conference, the Minerva Entrepreneurship Awards, or the Black Voices and Votes, the Power of Community Initiative, some of the events hosted by the Potomac Valley Alumni Chapter. So my sorors are out and about. They are championing social action, sisterhood, and public service. And I couldn't be more proud to celebrate Black History Month, 113 years of sisterhood and scholarship and social action with this sorority. And we are just grateful for their continued efforts. As we are seeing what's happening across the country, we know that we have to ensure that we don't forget the plights of our ancestors, and we prioritize not erasing history, but making history. And so every day that we show up, we encourage others to vote and be involved in their community. We are living out the goals and the priorities and the mission of our 22 founders. And so now I think we're going to hear from our 2 presidents, and then we're going to read the proclamation. So we will start with President Nina Abdul-Wakil and then Sora Daphne Page Reeves.
Thank you, Councilwoman Sayles. Thank you. Great. They're just too tall. It is my pleasure to be here and to continue the collaboration with the County Council, with the Montgomery County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We were established in the county in 1970, and we have been working for the community ever since. It has been our honor and pleasure to partner with you in so many ways to affect the lives every day of Montgomery County residents. From youth to seniors, We offer services and programs that support their lived experience to elevate them, to elevate their families, to take them to a new height so that they can be productive, active, and engaged citizens in our county. This work is not light, and we are grateful that the county understands that, hears our priorities, works with us, and does the work. So thank you to the council. Thank you to member Evans and Sayles for hosting us today. And this will not be the last. It will be just the fourth Delta Days at the County Council.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sora Abdul Wakil. And now we hear from our another president.
Thank you so much. Wow, my sister president really said it all. Again, my name is Daphne Page Reeves, president of Potomac Valley Alumni Chapter. Thank you so much for having us today. To the council, to Councilmember Sayles, to Councilmember Evans, thank you so much for this proclamation, but for the opportunity to sit down and talk about the priorities within Montgomery County. We and Delta Sigma Theta definitely are about scholarship, service, social action, and our priorities today that we presented definitely accentuate all those that happen in Montgomery County. So not to forego everything that my sister president has said, Potomac Valley Alumni Chapter has worked for 40 years in Montgomery County. We were chartered on April 27, 1985, and we have been working ever since, very hard, advocating for the members of Western Montgomery County. So thank you again for this proclamation, and we look forward to working with you this year, continuing to work with you this year, and to be back next year for the 5th annual Delta Day. Thank you.
So at this time, we will now read the proclamation. Whereas Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated was founded on January 13, 1913 by 22 African-American collegiate women studying at Howard University, the founders of the sorority envisioned an organization committed to sisterhood, scholarship, service, and social action. Their first act of public service was participating in the suffrage march of 1913, and
whereas 113 years later, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated has become one of the preeminent service-based sororities with more than 350,000 initiated members and over 1,050 charter chapters worldwide. The theme for the work of the sorority for this biennium is One Delta, One Mission, anchored in legacy, evolving with intention, and
whereas the Montgomery County Alumni and the Potomac Valley Alumni chapters have fulfilled the mission of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated in Montgomery County for well over 50 years, providing an extensive array of public service initiatives through its 5-point programmatic thrust: economic development, educational development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, and political awareness and involvement, and
whereas members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated are leaders in the community throughout Montgomery County and the state of Maryland. Deltas hold elected offices in state and local government and on the Board of Education. And the first African American United States Senator from Maryland is the Honorable Angela Brooks, also a Delta. Additionally, many members are prominent business leaders, educators, entrepreneurs, and community activists. And
whereas Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is at the forefront of social action across the nation, from launching a nationwide Get Out the Vote campaign, encouraging Americans to turn out on Election Day, to serving as co-plaintiff with the Legal Defense Fund in 2 lawsuits challenging restrictive voting legislation in Texas and Georgia, to condemning the expulsion of the Tennessee lawmakers who were exercising their right to protest, to reaffirming their stance on women's fundamental right to make decisions related to their reproductive health. The sorority continues to confront challenges that face not only African Americans, but all Americans. And
whereas the impact of the sorority is felt every day in Montgomery County through a wide range of service programs such as Delta Academy, Delta Gems, and Embody, STEM and reading programs, voter registration, and community conversations with elected officials, MLK Day of Service, and various health and wellness programs, including the annual World AIDS Day Solidarity for Health Equity Breakfast and the Black Maternal Health Day of Service. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is a pillar of service and support in our county, and we look forward to your continued service for years to come.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby celebrates the Montgomery County Alumni Chapter and the Potomac Valley Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated on the 4th Annual Delta Day at the County Council, and be it further resolved that you have our commitment as partners in your ongoing efforts to improve the quality of life for all residents across Montgomery County. So it's presented on this 3rd day of February in the year 2026, signed by myself, Councilmember Lori Ann Sayles, and President Natalie Fanny Gonzalez.